Now, can you hear me now? I bet you can. Yes, okay, I'm so sorry. Well, okay. I'm going to start over again because I didn't get too far. I was mostly getting technical things sorted. So, welcome to our session, Meditation 101, as part of your Holiday Glow Up series. Today is day 3. Today we'll dive into the fundamentals of meditation, why it works, different styles that are out there, and simple ways to get started. The goal is to equip you with tools to help you feel calmer, more grounded, and more resilient during this holiday season. And we are in the middle of our Glow Up Challenge going into Christmas week next week. So, day 1, we did breathwork intro. Day 2, we did yoga for embodiment. And today is day 3, and we're doing meditation 101. And then tomorrow we're going to integrate all 3 of these. So um, I'll be instructing you in breath work, meditation, and yoga session. So like a little mini session of all 3. So I want to start by talking about the science of meditation. There is a ton of literature on this. So if you're a science nerd like me, you can go into PubMed and it's kind of crazy the amount of stuff that has been done. Now, of course, the rigor to these studies varies widely as it does with anything. But there's some pretty cool stuff out there. It is shown to reduce stress by lowering levels of cortisol, which is the body's stress hormone. It regularly practicing meditation improves focus and attention because it literally rewires the brain for better cognitive function. Meditation increases emotional regulation and resilience. I've definitely seen this in my own life. It helps us respond to challenges with more calm and clarity. So I think of this as like the pause. You get more of a pause between the event that occurs and your response so that you're not auto responding. You're responding in a way you would choose. Maybe not every time, but certainly more. It supports physical health, reducing blood pressure and improving sleep quality. And then lastly, regular meditation can lead to measurable changes in the brain, such as growth in areas related to memory, empathy, and emotional stability. So if any of those like pique your interest and you want to see some publications behind them, just let me know. I'm happy to pull them up because I love nerding out on that stuff. So, um, that's a little bit of the science. And when you first start getting into meditation, you may notice that there's a lot of different types and it's really overwhelming. So there's all these different apps. You can be on the Calm app or the Headspace app. Those are like 2 of the most popular. I've used both of those. They're both great. Um, but it can be hard to know like where to start. Or maybe you're on YouTube and you're like listening to random meditations and you like them, but it's not really like you're getting trained in it. So, I want to give you a high level overview of the different types of meditation. This isn't exhaustive, it's just to kind of give you a feel. So there's mindfulness meditation, and this is one of the most common forms of meditation, and typically it involves focusing on your breath, on body sensations, or present experiences without judgment. Okay, the without judgment's the key part. So you're witnessing your breath, your body sensations, or whatever you're experiencing without judgment. And the goal is to cultivate awareness and be fully in the moment. So this is really powerful for people who suffer from anxiety and depression, which I have dealt with. Um, and this was one of my first forays into meditation when I was at grad school at UCLA. They had a mindfulness-based stress reduction course, and it's typically, I think, if I remember right, around a 10-week course, and um, it was one of the first kind of it's pretty well known. It's called MBSR for short. And it was one of the first like modalities that was like rigorously scientifically tested. I believe it came out of Harvard. And there's some great literature on it as well and some good books that kind of teach you how to do it. So if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know. I'll give you my book, Rex. Um, but it's not good for people who are already having a lot of detachment from their emotions. It's really good people who are overly involved in their thoughts or their emotions because it teaches you that detachment. It teaches you to watch your emotions, to watch sensations and not um, engage with them as much or to take them for what they are and to not kind of run away with them, if you will. But if you're already very detached and maybe too detached, then that may not be a good approach for you. A type of mindfulness meditation would be a body scan meditation. So, this involves bringing attention to different parts of your body to release tension and promote relaxation. And it's great for stress relief and unwinding before bed. I highly recommend body scan meditation to help you fall asleep, or if you're just doing like a little power nap, it's really good for that. Okay. Then there is one of my favorite types of meditation, which is called metta meditation, METTA. It's also called loving kindness meditation, and it involves focusing on cultivating compassion for yourselves and others. So you typically repeat phrases like, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be at peace, and you extend those wishes outward as well. And we're going to do that today. Guided meditation, this is kind of like a general category, but this is where you follow a teacher or a recording. And this is great for beginners, of course, because someone leads you through the process step by step. But once you know how to do for instance, the meditation or body scan meditation, you um you don't need to use a recording anymore. I personally like to because my attention floats away less, but you don't always have the ability to pop on your headset. Like maybe you're waiting in line at the grocery store or you're the doctor's office and you're, getting pretty irritated or you're just bored, then you can kind of just start to do one of these meditations. There's focused attention meditation. This is a very traditional type of meditation. So you would focus on a single point. So on your breath, and with the breath, there's actually a lot of aspects of the breath that you can focus on. So you can focus on the sensations in your body, like in your belly, and you can feel your belly rise and fall, or your chest expand in all three directions, or you could feel the breath go in and out of the nose. And is it warmer when it goes out and cooler when it goes in? So focusing on the breath is sometimes you need to get a lot more specific because otherwise the mind will kind of like wander around. So sometimes you'll even just focus on just like the outside of the nostril and feeling the air as it goes in and out of the nostril. So like the more specific you can get on the location of the breath, it will allow you to meditate more deeply. And then you get those benefits of um, increasing your ability to have focus outside of meditation as well. And the beauty of this is that even if you suck at meditation and you're not doing it right, and you're like, this is horrible, this is a waste. My mind was all over the place. You're actually still getting the benefits. So even if you have a quote unquote bad meditation, it's been shown that you still get the benefits long term as long as you continue to show up. All right, so the last one I'm going to talk about, and then we're going to get into it, is transcendental meditation. So this involves silently repeating a specific mantra, and it has been shown to lower stress and anxiety, but it requires that you pay a certified teacher to teach you the method. You can't learn it anywhere else. So it's one of the only meditation modalities that is gated. It has, like a paywall. All right. So, we're gonna do a couple meditations, and at the end, if we have time, I'll talk about how some practices for integrating it into your life. But let's start with a loving kindness meditation that helps you cultivate compassion for yourself and others. So go ahead and come to the edge of your seat, have a long, tall spine. Place your hands gently on your lap. Lift your shoulders up and shrug them down. Gently let the eyes close or the gaze soften. This meditation is called loving kindness or metta meditation. It's designed to open your heart, reduce stress, and build a sense of connection. So let's begin by taking a few slow, deep breaths in and out of the nose. Bring your focus inward. Visualize yourself sitting in front of you as if you were looking at yourself through a compassionate lens. I've got the dog panting in the background, so we're going to work her into this meditation. Okay, so bring your focus inward. Visualize yourself sitting in front of you as if you're looking at yourself through a compassionate lens. Silently repeat these phrases. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. Let these words resonate, offering yourself kindness as you would a close friend. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. Now bring someone to mind that you care about deeply. This could be a family member, a friend, or even a pet. Visualize them sitting before you. Silently repeat this phrase for them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Notice any sensations or emotions that arise for you. Expand it out to the world. Imagine extending this feeling of loving kindness to everyone around you. Picture your community, your city, and even the entire world bathed in this loving kindness. And repeat, may all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. Bring your focus back to your own heart. Feel the compassion you've created within yourself. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. When you're ready, open your eyes and return to the space around you. Just notice any shifts, what that brought up for you, um, any thoughts that came up. Just take note of that. There's no right or wrong way to experience the meditation. It just is what it is. Okay, so now I have one more meditation, and this is a mindfulness breathing meditation. We're going to focus on the breath to cultivate presence and awareness. So again, sitting with a tall spine, hands resting gently on your thighs, eyes closed. This practice of the mindfulness breathing meditation will help anchor you in the present moment, away from distractions and stress. Bring your attention to your body. Feel the contact points. Your feet on the floor, your hands resting in your lap, your hip points supported by your chair or the ground. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale fully through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhale, slow exhale. Deep inhale, slow exhale. Now let your breath find its natural rhythm. No need to change it, just observe. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils on the inhale and the warm air leaving on the exhale. Notice how your chest or belly gently rises and falls with each breath. Notice whichever of these two feels better for you, either focusing on the temperature of the air, the sensations of the air as it enters and leaves your nostrils, or on the belly as it rises and falls. And just pick one and leave your attention there, watching the breath rise and fall, in and out. If your mind wanders, that's completely normal. Just notice it and gently guide your attention back to the breath. Think of your breath as an anchor that keeps you steady in the moment. As we close, bring a gentle smile to your face. Know that you've taken this time to care for yourself. Slowly deepen your breath. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Just notice how you feel, what came up for you. And go ahead and write in the chat if you had a favorite or anything that your thoughts on the loving kindness meditation versus the mindful breathing meditation. For me, those were like super short mini versions, but you get a little taste of what they are. And I love both. I find that the metta meditation is maybe a little bit easier for me to practice sometimes, or more approachable. Um, Especially when I start with like thinking about a pet or like a child. It's really easy to like feel that love. And then I really enjoy like sending those well wishes to the world. The mindfulness meditation, I feel like the mindful breathing meditation, I feel like that gives me more resilience and it like increases my threshold. But it is like more difficult because some days like I just don't really like what my mind's doing. It's like it's like really being annoying and I want to have this like blissful meditation and that's what the work is. It's, showing up and being there, whatever your mind has to offer that day. But I think it definitely like can be more challenging. So I do like to teach people loving kindness meditation because for me it's a little bit like more rewarding right out of the gate. Um, yeah. I like Kim says I like both. I can see why you'd be in the mood for one or the other. Yeah, they're both wonderful tools in the toolbox, but they're very different experiences. Um, Okay, so we have just a couple more minutes. I hope you enjoyed those meditations. I enjoyed doing them with you. And I wanted to give you a few kind of tips for integrate. Now I'm like, where are my tips? Okay, how to get started. So, it can be really intimidating to start a meditation practice, to start anything new, and you feel like, oh, I got to do it like 30 minutes a day. But really, like sustainable change starts little by little. So I would suggest starting small, just a couple minutes a day, even if you don't do it every day. That doesn't matter. You can just hop back on the wagon. Nesting it with other activities. So if activities you do every day, like every morning you wake up, you have your coffee, you brush your teeth. So maybe it's like always after you brush your teeth, you do 2 minutes of meditation, or even 1 minute of meditation, 1 minute of breathing, or whatever it is your goal is. It doesn't need to be a lot. What's key is the consistency because then you train yourself in a new habit and, but if you don't have the consistency, I haven't always had the consistency. I've had like over the years, like, I go through periods where I'll meditate a lot and periods where I won't. So, it's not to say you won't come back to it. You don't have to be perfect. That's the takeaway. Just do what you can, enjoy it, take what you can. Um, you can do meditation sitting or lying down. So you can do some of these meditations as you're falling asleep. Um, you're just gonna have a different experience and different takeaway. So it all depends on like what you're trying to get out of meditation. So if you have a particular goal in mind, feel free to let me know, reach out to me if you're like, hey, I really like want to get rid of brain fog or I have a hard time falling asleep. Like I'm happy to recommend a type of meditation and postures for that because you'll kind of want to do something different for every type of meditation. Um, but there's not really a wrong way. Your breath is the easiest anchor, okay? So, like we talked about earlier this week, it's one automatic process that you also can control in your body, which is really doesn't really happen with anything else, which is why meditation uses it as a tool. It's a direct way to influence your nervous system. So you can observe the inhale and the exhale. If your mind wanders, you can bring it back to your breath. No judgment, no frustration. My favorite analogy is the analogy of like a little puppy, and you're trying to teach it how to sit, and it's like, okay, you tell it to sit. You're like, oh, good job, good job. And then it gets up and you're like, no, no, no. And you help it sit down again. And you're like, good job, puppy. But you don't say like, no, bad puppy, and then hit the puppy. I hope you don't do that. So this is like how you want to treat your mind. You want to be like, every time it wanders away, just kind of want to bring it back. Say, okay, here you go. Good job. Like, let's get back on track. Don't need to be judgmental or frustrated. It's just doing what a mind does. Minds wander. Okay. There's awesome apps. There's great tools. If you don't want to pay for anything, I would recommend starting with Insight Timer because it's free and they have thousands of free meditations. If you want a experience where they walk you through the process of like meditation and how to get started, and then Headspace is where you want to be. They kind of just take you through it, but there's not as many options or types of meditation in there. So both are good. I have lots of meditations that I like on both and on YouTube. So if you want recommendations, let me know. Importantly, meditation's not about stopping your thoughts. It's not about that. It's about becoming aware of them and creating space between your thoughts and reactions. Okay. And the progress happens over time. So just like you want to this change, you want to introduce it slow and sustainably, and then you'll see a slow progress over time. Okay. So that's it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to have a really fun day. We're going to do all three components, three, woo, components we've learned so far. So we're going to do breath work, yoga, and meditation. So I can't wait to see you there. It'll be day 4 of the Glow Up Challenge and 2 p.m. Mountain Time. All right. I look forward to seeing you all then. Bye.